Ms. Brown, I see that you have brought a prop here.
Yes.
That you will
very valuable one.
Some information with us on, and I can tell that when you brought that in that you were high and you were excited about it. Let the people know what you have discovered here and what it is, and a little bit about that.
We're in the business of collecting any kind of material that tells us about our ancestors. And this book is one of a set of 5 that I have known about for many years because I ran into some of them in my library searching. And this book was out of print long ago, and there were, as I said, 5 volumes, and they are compiled all over the state of Texas. Every county in the state has its leaders in biographical form in this set of books.
Now, the leaders of
Panola County are in it.
County is it pretty much just Panola County in this book?
No.
But this
they're mixed among all over the state. They're mixed among all the others.
And it took
but
5
the other
volumes of these to cover the state.
Yes, right. But Panola County's in the other volumes too.
Now, this goes back to the early 1900s.
It's 1914 was the copyright date, and the amazing thing is that the editor of this set, now the scholars of the state under Mr. Johnson's name put the information together, but it was edited by the outstanding historian of Texas, Eugene C. Barker. And Dr. Barker is the one who is honored with the name of the University of Texas in Austin Library.
Now, do these different volumes cover a period of years?
No. The first volume gives a general coverage of the history of the state.
What would be
plus people, and these are people that they have interviewed who are leaders of their communities in 1914.
And in each one of those 5 volumes, there would be something about Panola County.
I think in every one of them. I know in
different. Of course, it would
it's
be
different people.
Material.
Yes.
Different people.
Different people covered. Yes. And I have searched through this, and they're not even in alphabetical order, and it's a very tedious thing to go through it. Now, we have tried, since I've been working with this library business, to get a set of these books, and they are non-existent, except in somebody's trunks or in somebody's attic.
Now, let's get that pitch in right
yes.
now.
If the other volumes are in this county, and you are ready to do something with them, they need to be in your county family history library.
Now, this is not a book. Well, let's see. What's it have back?
It has Texas and Texans, Volume 5.
Volume 5.
And it was donated to our library by the grandson of one of the very first people in this volume, Judge Thomas Boren.
Well, he got a whole full-page picture.
Yes, he did, and besides that, his whole life story is here.
He must have been a VIP.
He was a VIP, but everybody in this book is a VIP for that age, the turn of the century.
Why don't you write one, Ms. McGrone, for right now?
I wish I could. I could tell a lot of things. Getting to the writing is the big problem. As I said, I have...
The person who sent you this.
Who brought it to us.
Who brought it to you. Oh.
His name also is Mr. Thomas Boren. He is a native of this community, but he has lived for years, I understand, in Fort Worth.
What age man about is
he? He is close to my age.
Okay.
And his grandfather inscribed this book to him the year after it was published in 1915.
Now, does the man who brought this to you, does he have children and grandchildren and so forth?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to visit with him about that. I don't know about his.
Doesn't make a big deal.
Well,
out of
it does, but we need to know that.
This is in a better place now
than what
it would have been if it had been handed down.
Yeah, because eventually it gets lost.
There's a place for it now.
Right. And it will be cared for.
There's a place for the other 4.
Yes.
If they're around in Panola County,
right.
Place. But
there's also a set called East Texans, and we have been fortunate enough to have those brought in. But they're a little later than this set. I went so far searching for this set of books that I searched every catalog for years, not just a month or two, but from the beginning. and they're just not in print anymore, not available.
Some of the families of our early settlers in this
have them, yes.
No doubt have one of these put back someplace
put away.
And wonder what
one day one day it'll be lost.
We have a place for it now.
Right.
So if you take the time to.
And we're going to mention some of the people that are in this book.
Okay, as we
go along.
As we move along.
I want to tell you that we did finally find that I could get the set of books in microfiche. Are you familiar with microfiche?
No.
All right.
That's a composite something.
All right, where a whole book will go in one envelope.
And then you put it in a screen.
And you have to, yes. But it's a slow process, no index. You got to turn that page by page and read it on a screen. So you imagine how much time for more than 2,500 pages it takes to do it.
Take more than the 6 minutes that we have.
We have it in microfiche. But we need it that we can lay it down and show somebody here what it says. All right, now let's. This is as we said, a full-page picture of Judge Boren, and he valued the book enough that he gave it to his grandson right then while it was new, and inscribed it in. And his grandson had his name and has kept it all these years, and now has brought it to us. We are thrilled to death.
And I have autographed copies of J.C. Penney's.
Well, this is the kind of thing, that
C.R. Anthony's books.
Yes.
That are signed by the author.
Right.
Put them together.
Right, and that makes them more valuable.
What I'm going to do with them.
Well, we have a place.
We have a place for it. Now, cover your stuff there.
All right. Now then, I want to tell you about some things that are in there. We've talked about Judge Boren here. He is in it. And I think it's interesting that his grandson tore off a piece of his own check to mark the place, so we sure wouldn't miss finding his grandfather.
Of course, there's Boren name.
Oh, yes.
In this county all over.
Right. So this...
Is there an Ed Stone in there?
That's what I'm going to get to now.
Now.
This week.
Now, you were a Stone before.
I was.
Okay, all right.
And I had a surprise this week. A young man, I say a young man, he's middle-aged now, but I'd still call him a young man like some of my boys.
He's about our age.
Well, a little younger than I am. But anyway, he came to the library. He'd been to Chamber of Commerce and talked to them about where he'd find me, and they told him it was my day in the library. Okay, he came to the library and asked for me. And when I raised my head and greeted him, he said, look me over and see who I favor. And, of course, I had no idea.
He started out pulling your leg.
Yeah, he says, I'm kin to you. And come to find out, I have him in my Stone book. But his aunt gave me the information. And I had never met the boy. He was a kid when I was working on it. He's a man now. All right, he wanted to know some more about Ed Stone, who is was his grandfather.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't know anything except what I had in the book. He had seen the book, But my book was just mentioned the family lineage, that got them in on it. And so it didn't do any details about Ed Stone, the sawmill man.
And that goes back to the early 1900s.
It goes all the way back to, Ed Stone had sawmills in this county. Even we had a Stone's Mill post office at his sawmill before 1920 in this county. And when he sawed up the timber, and he was an orphan boy, his parents died, and his uncles and aunts, it's sort of like my own father, they reared him. But he became a dynamo. He had such ambition, and he put in little sawmills and then grew and put in planer mills and grew, and he got to be the head knocker in a big sawmill business.
Okay.
And when the timber was scarce in Panola County, he moved to Nacogdoches and put in a big milling company there. Stone's Mill at Nacogdoches ran for years until his retirement.
But this man the other day,
is his grandson.
He wanted to know all about him.
Wanted to know about him and his father.
And he went to the source of supply,
well,
didn't he?
The supply was not sufficient, though, because we didn't find all he wanted to know, because his great-grandfather had died so young, he hadn't made a name for himself. And I says, I know it's in this book. he says, I think I have seen that book. I pulled it off of the shelf, you know. This book right here. He says, I think I have seen that book. And I turned pages and tried to find it, but his time ran out. And, you know, without an index,
oh, you have no
I
index,
could
so
not find it.
How many pages are there?
Well, about 2,500, but this,
26 there.
yeah, this, but it's a continuous in the set, you see. But this has it. John Edward Stone.
Yeah, okay.
And I have found it, the whole story of the man's, now this is his grandfather and great-grandfather, and tells how the...
well, this is that's what you're trying to tell me.
What,
this is
yeah.
a good
well, not just that family, but over and over, the names are in here. Let me tell you some more names. We're about to run out of time, and it's tearing me up. We have these two that we've mentioned. Now we have some others that I listed here. We have O.H. Butler, who had a big department store here in Carthage. On the square.
I remember, yeah, Mr.
Hearing about it.
Yeah, I remember he used to flick his, I hear the older folks say, he used to flick his glasses in a certain way.
We have had some dishes, some bowls, with the inscription of bonuses that O.H. Butler brought to our museum.
Little giveaway things
and from his Butler store on them.
Okay.
I knew that my sisters had china pictures as young girls because they bought their spring clothes there, and they got pictures as bonuses.
All right, okay.
And so that was Butler's store. It was a big business, and I have stories of that in other things.
Part of that is part of the carryover to the Claybo or the Hawthorne Claybo store, I think.
When it came out of it? Well, now that I didn't know.
I think maybe, but now you'll have to
I need to look into that.
Ask Johnny.
I'll do that. All right, then there's A.C. Boynton, Miss Willie Bell Strong's
that name.
ancestry, and Boynton Cemetery is out at Long Branch.
In there?
Oh, his whole story, full-page picture.
Okay.
Of A.C. Boynton.
Who else?
All right, and Claude Pollard. All right.
Is that name still here in Pollard name? In Panola County?
Descendants of them are here, and he went to state level as Assistant Attorney General from Carthage, a lawyer, and his story. So no telling how many more here. It's going to take time to turn pages.
Well, you just have to continue your research on all of it now. But this book is down there now.
Right, this one is.
It's available to the people who want to do some research on
and we'll take care of the book because it is precious. Now we're going to try someday to get it cut.
About 1914.
Right, and never printed since.
And the quality of this paper is held up, I think.
I think so too. I think so too. The copyright on a piece of work just lasts 26 years. See, it's in public domain.
Okay, what does that mean then? That you could take
you could reproduce some of it if you wanted to.
You could take a photostatic copy, or you could take a copy of a page or something.
Right.
Something
No problem. No problem. Of course, this book is hard to put under the copier, but we have done it for those who needed the family transcribed.
You get the position right and take a shot.
Yes, that's right. You can come out with the information.
What you need.
Right. But nobody knows how much good we'll get out of this book, and so I wanted them to know that an old book may be a valuable treasure.
But I think two things as we come to a conclusion here, Ms. Grown, I think are very, very important. Number one, the people, our public, needs to be aware of the fact that we do have this bit of information, and if they want to research something about their family, it is very likely that it is here, and it would be very, very helpful and valuable information for them. And number two,
as I find them in here, I'm going to make a little index of the pages that those are on.
And the second chapter to this lesson this morning, Ms. Grown, is that for the local residents who are rooted in Panola County and whose family goes back to the early 1900s of Panola County, look through your stuff.
By all means.
Check your stuff, and if you find something that might be one of the other four of these books, and or something else that's along that line that you wonder what in the world you kept it for all of these years, you now have
a place for it to be permanent.
And now you have discovered why you kept it.
Right. And it will be shared with your descendants 100 years from now.
That's right. Okay.
I have a real story to tell what can happen to those books.
A couple more minutes, and we'll go to the news then.
Okay.
Wind it up.
I had a personal experience of my great-grandfather's books. I did not know, of course, until in modern years when I started this research that he was such a scholar. And he brought on the wagon train in 1842 to this county great books. And because he died without a will, those books were listed in his inventory.
Yes.
For he had minor children.
Yes.
Those books, he died in Rusk County, his land is in Panola County, and this total records in both county courts, probate courts. So I have verified everything in it, the name of every book, and in it was a first folio Shakespeare. Now, when I started this, I was teaching Shakespeare in high school, and I am a Shakespeare major. I don't think many people know this, but I majored. I mean, I did master's thesis research on William Shakespeare's plays.
Hey, that was kooky stuff.
And it was kooky stuff, but it's lovely stuff to think on, you know, and you find reference to it and everything. Okay, when I found the list of these books, I had a new respect for my great-grandfather. He was a country doctor. And I started looking for those books. I even found in the probate court which house they went to because the minor children had to have them for school.
Yes,
I tasked Brooks went with me. She's my cousin.
Yes.
She and I drove off over there in the sand hills where the coal mining is going on today because that's where the Barbees lived who kept the young children.
That's where a lot of these books are scattered around.
Right, and this was an old log house still standing then before the mining came. And we went over there to look for that book. I had never touched one. There are only 12 in the world, copies of that book, in the whole world. And they are all in great museums. And I have used it as a teaching tool in films and just said someday I'm going to lay my hand on it. But I've been to London, I've been all these places, hoping I'd get to, but I never did. Now was my chance. Here it was in Panola County.
Hurry.
Not a smidgen, not a smidgen. I'm sure it was used to build fires.
My goodness. Well, I think that's I hate to leave on that
The
note,
story is all I have.
But it is true. But it is true.
But I have definite records that it was here.
If you have one of these, look it up and get them to Miss LeGrone. Now then, we come to a screeching halt, and until this same day tomorrow,
we could go on another hour.
I'll be your host, and Sheriff Jack Elliott will be with us. And until Miss LeGrone comes back next Thursday, we bid you a very good day, and thank you so much for listening.